accountable. And then a couple hours later, Green Bay Packers let him go. He'll be joining us live next hour on the Green Bay situation, which they played their best game of the year yesterday. Fairly predictable. So we have some Packer stuff, some Steeler stuff, some Patriot stuff. Let me get back to the Cowboys. Highest rated game in the NFL last year. That game yesterday will get a bigger number and more viewers than the average of the Eastern and Western Conference Finals in the NBA. Massive game. The NFL remains king by a mile in this country, and there's nothing even close to it. But the Cowboys have become the NFL's optical illusion. Here's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing a very limited quarterback. They're winning close games at home. They have to win a certain way. Their offensive line is now injured and depleted. And if you look at point differential, and that's a real thing, of the division leaders in the NFL, the Cowboys are not only 8 out of 8, they're half of number 7, Pittsburgh. I mean, this is a team that is squeaking by, 5-game winning streak, 2 barely over the average Philadelphia Eagles. They have got to win a certain way. So that's what I'm seeing. But again, they're an optical illusion. Cowboy fans are saying we have the best running back in football. We have the hottest number 1 wide receiver in football. We have, we're clutch. We win all these close games. We have an unbelievable front 7. We have the best 2 young linebacking core in the NFL, which you do. So you can see both things here. Glass half full, half empty. I see limitations, close wins, all at home, win a certain way, offensive line's a mess, and your point differential, which is a factor. Generally, the Super Bowl entrants have big point differential numbers like the Saints do this year, the Bears do this year. But I will say this. You can win a Super Bowl the way Dallas is doing it. Denver did a couple years ago with Peyton Manning, where Peyton at times was a liability, where you wanted to limit the throws of an old Peyton Manning, and they had a kicker who made kicks, and they won a bunch of close games, and they had a great defense. Now, the difference there, Denver had home field advantage in the playoffs. Dallas is going to have to pack it up, get in a plane, and play on the road. So there's a way to do this, and it's been done recently, but Denver got to play at home as a number 1 seed, and Dallas is not. The other thing about Dallas, which is alarming, which is bizarre, everybody would acknowledge Dallas's defense is really good, right? Well, you can't deny that. I mean, I would say if they had a number 1 pick, they need a tight end, they'd probably go back to offense. Their defense is set. They got a lot of good players. But their point differential is 0, or their turnover differential is 0. Now, think about that. Think about how good the Cowboys' defense is and how safe they generally throw it. Their turnover differential is 0, meaning Dak fumbles a lot. And with a defense that good, like the Bears, like the Ravens, you should have a great turnover differential. You should be winning the turnover battle every single week, and Dallas isn't. The Dak fumble issue is not going away. They are very limited. Although they do try to throw it over the top, they're fairly limited because of Dak's accuracy over the top. So it depends on what you want to see with Dallas. Denver won a Super Bowl this way, but Denver's turnover differential was way better because that was the year that, Peyton, they were basically limiting what he could do, and Denver had home field through the playoffs. The other thing that I noticed yesterday that I think is a real thing. Let's shift to the Steelers and the Patriots. When dynasties end, there's usually 2 big factors. Number 1, your superstars, Tim Duncan, get old. They just get old. Shaq, Kobe, break up. That's the second way. So the first way dynasties end are your superstar gets old. Brady's getting old. Ben's getting old. Shaq gets old. The other way they end is egos. You get tired of each other. Shaq and Kobe got tired of each other. Belichick, Brady, there's a lot of egos, And I think what we're watching is the 2 AFC dynasties, the Steelers and the Patriots. Of the last 10 Super Bowls in the AFC, they've won 7 of them. Okay, they've won. So these are kind of the royal families, right? These are the royal families in the AFC. And I think they're coming to an end. And I think they may have one left. Pittsburgh yesterday, I don't even know exactly what happened, but from the story, Big Ben was healthy and ready to play, but wasn't playing because Mike Tomlin wanted to stay with Josh Dobbs, who was 4 for 9 with a pick. And then when Big Ben came back in, he immediately drove him down for a touchdown. This franchise is completely, absolutely addicted to drama. This is one of the two royal families in the AFC. They are just, they can't get out of the way. Le'Veon Bell, they get him out of town, right? He's the problem. No, he's not. No, he's not. Big Ben, Tomlin, I don't know who to blame anymore. But this is how dynasties end. Superstars get old, and you have this general annoyance, irritants of personalities. Big Ben and Tomlin, I can't even figure them out. Then you go to New England. At the end of the first half, not only did Belichick and Brady have a bad offseason, but Brady screwed up the clock, basically took a sack, eliminated a field goal. That was a mess. Brady admitted later, I forgot the clock. And then at the end of the game, situationally, they had Gronk on the field. Like, that's just not New England. Situationally, twice yesterday, they were abysmal. Brady takes a sack. Then at the end of the game, what is Gronk doing on the field?
Well, they're thinking they're going to throw a Hail Mary.
It wasn't like
and he's tall. They're
70 yards away. It's not like at the 50 where you need Gronk size.
I'm saying that's why they had him out there.
So I just see the Steelers and the Patriots, these royal families in the AFC. I think it's coming to an end. I think it's coming to a close. Calling right, calling wrong next.